This is your midweek Barbados Today Evening News Update for Wednesday, April 22. Our top story. Barbados records its sixth death from COVID-19 and one new infection after the island recorded no increase in cases over the last 6 days. Health authorities said the deceased is a 70-year-old CARICOM national who died around 9 o'clock this morning at the Harrison Point facility. The man, a diabetic, became infected by a known case who travelled abroad. Meanwhile, a 66-year-old Barbadian woman tested positive for the virus today. She contracted the illness from a known case on April 14. This brings the total number of positive cases to 76. 27 patients have recovered from the respiratory illness. Police discovered the decomposed body of an elderly man at the old Powell Spring Hotel in Bathsheba, St. Joseph around 7:30 this morning. No foul play was suspected. Residents in the area identified the deceased as Stephen Hackett, who was more commonly known as Tucky. They told Barbados Today he lived at the abandoned house and survived on handouts. Residents say he was quiet and humorous but would be dearly missed. Unconscionable, abhorrent, and criminal. That's how officials are describing the burning of a monkey in a disturbing video circulating on social media. The Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security's Veterinary Services Department has teamed up with police to bring the persons who participated in the act to justice. Senior Veterinary Officer Dr. Mark Trotman said the act was a breach of the Cruelty to Animals Act and was unjustifiable under any circumstances. He urged the public to desist from such activities. Noted Caribbean economist Marla Ducaran is warning that Barbados and other regional economies could expect far worse economic decline this year than the International Monetary Fund has predicted. The IMF is forecasting that the Barbados economy will contract by 7.6% this year. Ducaran told Barbados Today, given the dramatic fall-off in tourism that is not expected to recover for several months due to the impact of COVID-19, Barbados can expect a steeper contraction.
Countries like certainly the whole Eastern Caribbean, even Trinidad and Tobago. I don't think Trinidad and Tobago is going to get 4.5% contraction. I think it's going to be much steeper than that. And so this chart is showing you what we expect based on what the IMF has put out. But I would suggest that for most countries, it's going to be a lot worse.
Barbadians paused this evening to applaud hard-working frontline workers and first responders in the fight against COVID-19. Today, Clap Barbados saluted the Royal Barbados Police Force, the Barbados Defence Force, the Barbados Fire Service, the Customs and Excise Department, as well as the Barbados Prison Service and staff from the Ministry of Health. Our news team captured the community of Welch St. John as they join in the activities. President of the Welch Bathland Community Group, Mariko Morris, told Barbados Today they are happy to join the initiative.
Today's event was a part of the Clap Barbados initiative. One of our executive members of the Welch Bathland Community Group, Deborah Bennett, it was her brainchild. She decided that for Clap Barbados to show that not just certain parts of Barbados, but also in small communities such as Welch Village, can really show their appreciation for the essential workers in and around Barbados. So within the community, we have a number of essential workers. We have nurses, we have police, we have security guards, we have 7 community village shops in this community which stay open to serve the community. So we have people that also work at some of the bigger retail stores like Popular and Linus Mill that live in the community. These people live to be able to service Barbados. As some of us say, they are outside so we can stay inside. So they take all the risk, and this is one initiative that she has brought about in a day, because she only really thought about this 2 days ago and has put it together so well. So all of the props go to her and how well she got this put together.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
Barbados Today, news you can trust.
To regional developments in Jamaica, chaotic scenes in some sections of Portmore as residents refuse to obey physical distancing rules while waiting in long lines at business establishments. St. Catherine remains on lockdown to curb the spread of COVID-19. More from Television Jamaica.
I'm standing at the Port Henderson Plaza in Portmore, St. Catherine, where there's a chaotic scene of residents trying to get into a money transfer and remittance establishment behind me. Now, I want you to pay attention to how closely the residents are standing to each other. They aren't standing 6 feet apart, which is the order which was handed down by the government and which comes into effect today. Now, I also want you to pay attention to the fact that the police are on the ground. I spoke with one of the officers who told me that he has tried to enforce the law, but the people aren't moving. So I also spoke with some of the residents to find out why they aren't moving. One of them said that, hey, sir, we're simply too hungry. We can't wait any longer. This is a very tedious process, and we simply just want to get the money so that we can get our groceries.
We know that the corona is here and is over security, but we need more time. And if we don't have food in our house, you're going to have more dead on your hand because enough people don't have it. Enough people don't have it. This morning I wake up, I don't have a nickel or a dime. I come to collect my little money and sit there. And at 4 o'clock, then when me reach out the land, I'm going to say done. So all me I go manage with me and myself and my children and my grandpicnic them. We need more time. And the country shut down from when and this morning the country up. Oh, we are going to go shop. We don't have nowhere food run out of our house. Picnic now go to school so everyone knows there's a long only per crowd in our house. We need more time, Prime Minister. Please, I'm asking you.
The world is facing multiple famines of biblical proportions in just a matter of months, the United Nations warned today. It says the coronavirus pandemic is pushing an additional 130 million people to the brink of starvation. In Nigeria, the lockdown is making life increasingly difficult for the country's poor. In this report from CNN, we hear that thousands are desperate.
These extraordinary scenes show young men looting a truck carrying bags of food in Nigeria's capital, Abuja. There's very little social distancing and they are concerned only about getting their hands on the food. These are signs of the desperation and hunger that people feel here as the country battles the pandemic.
People are hungry. Yes. If my job is permits me to go out, Allah, I will go out. Okay, so even though I see army for road, I don't care. See, I don't care if the army will kill me. I prefer to die by coronavirus than to die by angry virus.
It's night time and these men are patrolling the streets of a Lagos neighborhood, armed with machetes. They say they have seen a surge in crime since the lockdown started.
We decided to use whatever we have to defend ourselves and our people and our community.
Nigeria's police says it has dispatched extra forces to deal with the trouble and urges citizens for calm. But as hunger bites in the poorest communities, President Muhammadu Buhari ordered 70,000 tons of grain to be released from the country's reserves. And hundreds of bags of rice seized by Nigeria's customs are also being distributed to the country's poorest.
That's news, but for the very latest, visit our website at www.barbadostoday.bb. You can also subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook, and sign up for our breaking news alerts via WhatsApp. We're also on Izumi Media and bus terminals, as well as screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. You can also hear us on Mix 96.9 FM and Capital Media HD 99.3 FM.